Okay, now we're at the first film Blue Sky Studios made after Disney purchased Fox, but sadly it's also their last film before their economic issues with the pandemic and shut down last year. But perhaps that's just a lie from Disney, as their real reason for shutting down turned out to be just petty. But we're not talking about that stuff just yet, so Spies in Disguise. The story is about a spy named Lance Sterling, voiced by Will Smith, who teams up with an inventor named Walter Beckett, voiced by Tom Holland, when the former is framed for being a traitor, and to face out Killiam, or as Lance calls him, Robohand, or Director Krennic, who has a plan to use drones stolen from a laboratory to take down the agency, while at the same time to clear Lance's name. There's just one issue. Lance gets accidentally turned into a pigeon and has a hard time getting the job done fast. What I love about this movie is the fact that they take a silly sounding premise and make it really entertaining to watch. At face value, a pigeon being a spy would sound silly and an idea that could have backfired, but it didn't. The animation is excellent. The action scenes have great cinematography and great movements in the fighting. The designs of the characters and buildings are cool too. The drone design is quite intimidating, with its bright red aura and black claws making it scary when being used for attacks. Lance Sterling is a lovable fun spy, and Will Smith pulls off the charm really well. Whenever he gets full of himself, it gets him into trouble, and has no choice but to work alongside others, which he's not comfortable with, but going through missions where agents die during his time as a spy makes me not blame him for doing things alone, and he doesn't want to risk reliving the trauma he had. I love Walter Beckett. He's quite a good inventor with gadgets that help with not using violence. He's really helpful and shows how his gadgets have a much bigger purpose in them whenever he uses them with a believable pacifism. That doesn't come across as naive, and it's not used to demonize Sterling for the sake of a violence is bad moral. Speaking of the moral, while it has a violence is bad message, it actually has a middle ground with it to show when violence is necessary and when it's not. Unlike Ferdinand, which focuses primarily on not wanting to fight, this shows both sides of the argument. The secondary characters are really good as a subplot. One of them, Marcy, is a character I swore was a twist secondary villain, due to her constant suspicion towards Sterling. However, it turned out she's just a woman that's just doing her job, and that's when I started to like her. I love the villain as well. While he seems more like a one-dimensional bad guy that just wants to do evil just because, I love the depth he was given near the end of the movie. Someone who cares enough about his own henchmen to see them die in his arms is just sad for him, even if he was killing innocent people in the past. I would really like there to be a series on Disney Plus. Oh wait, they shut down. At least Blue Sky Studios ended on a high note. Overall, I love this movie a lot, and I highly recommend it to you. I give Spies in Disguise a 9.5 out of 10 with the ribbon of awesomeness. So, now that all the movies have been done, it's time I talk about the only Disney Plus show Blue Sky Studios have made.